Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the perfect grace, perfect clarity, and perfect peace that's here for each of us right now. Thank you to the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity for wonderful peace and for great help. If we could just breathe in, and if we could just notice very simply what you're sitting on or lying down on, and just indeed, if we could just breathe in and settle into the space that you're in and the structure that you're sitting on, the piece of furniture, the chair, the sofa, the bed, whatever it is. And if we could just breathe in and notice sharing the space that you're in right now, to your right being the Ascended Master Ganesh, who is the remover of obstacles. Very, very sweet, very friendly soul. If we could just breathe in, and if we could feel from your right side, Ganesh, through wind, through intention, through prayer, through hands, through help, lifting off of you anything that is out of balance or perhaps causing you to go out of balance. Be that any projections, any criticism from yourself or others, just letting him create perfect balance. And if we could just breathe in, and if we could take a moment to perhaps even just rock or move a little bit so you have to refocus yourself, rebalance yourself. So we could feel that perfect alignment that is here. And if we could breathe in and settle in and ground emotionally, if we could let our heart be centered right where we are and letting great things happen in this moment. So we'll just breathe into that. And if we could let Ganesh help. And if we could feel the partnership between yourself and Ganesh right now. And if we could take in on a cellular level his friendliness, his eagerness to help, his strong ability to help, and the wonderful peace that is here. So we'll just breathe into all those different things. Fantastic. If we could just breathe in, and if you could notice the energy on your left side, counterbalancing Ganesh. And if we could notice that figure using wind to your advantage. So if we could feel all the debris of the day blowing away, all the shadows going away through illumination. So if we could feel things in motion, in movement, in the most positive way possible for you, and every single part of you being illuminated, being lit up. So if we could breathe in and feel the guide on your left and Ganesh on your right, working together. So if we could just take in a deep breath. And on your next inhale, let's breathe in like it's your very first breath, and we'll breathe in hope. And let's exhale despair. Let's breathe in hope. Let's exhale pain. Let's breathe in peace. Let's exhale fear. Wonderful. And if we could notice right in front of you, perhaps 1 foot or less in front of you, we'll notice Archangel Raphael, the angel of healing. If we could notice Raphael being really big so you can only see him, that he indeed in the most positive way obscures your view of across the room. If we could just breathe into his wonderful presence. Wonderful. And if we can notice your relationship with this angel, be this the first time, second time, 25th time, 100th time, 1000th time working with Archangel Raphael, if you could, let's notice him giving you his hands. And if you could notice his request that you place Raphael's hands on your body, those two hands. If we could breathe in, perhaps one on your head, one on your heart, perhaps on your shoulders, perhaps on chakras. If we could just breathe and notice where you want to place those hands. And let's just breathe in and notice you working hand in hand with Archangel Raphael. If we could just breathe in and letting those consciously placed hands, those free will placed hands, let's let those hands go to work. And if we could breathe in with the intention of receiving help and exhale the same. Just allowing this receptivity and healing to happen. And if we could feel the combination of Ganesh's work, the Guide of the Wind's work, and Raphael's work, that in the most positive way possible, nothing is still, nothing is stuck right now. And that with things being in motion, that the vitality of life, the duplication of life, that we are in motion, our heart beats, blood flows, our brain functions, if we could just feel the match that is there. And with everything in motion, if we could just breathe in to everything being in motion in perfect harmony, all systems working perfectly, including optimism, including healing, including perseverance. So if we could breathe in to any part of our being that we might perceive as being out of balance or feel as being in pain, if we could just breathe in and let, like catching fireflies, if we could let Ganesh hold on to those parts of our being. And if we could notice Ganesh treating those parts of our being like they're treasures, not identifying parts of ourselves as wrong or bad. But if we could feel the tremendous care in which Ganesh treats these parts of ourselves that might be getting our attention. So if we could feel and perhaps witness Ganesh blessing the parts of you that are calling out for help, blessing any part of our being that is in pain, be that physical pain, existential pain, emotional pain, mental pain. Let's let all those different aspects receive help and care right now. Wonderful. And if we could notice on your left, the Guide of the Wind, also having a mighty voice. So if we could breathe in, and if we could feel perhaps what is lingering in the back of your throat, what is lingering in the back of your mind, which might be a fundamental truth. And if we could say out loud, I can speak the truth. I can do anything that I want. I choose to feel good right now. I am receiving angelic care right now. I am worthy of help. I fully allow myself to receive help right now. Their words, I choose to revisit the idea of stress. I've decided that it's not worth it, and I choose to live in peace. So let's just breathe in. And if we could feel the god of the wind, Ganesh, Raphael, helping. And if you could notice um, your favorite goddess, if there's a default, it's Mary Magdalene, but let's notice your favorite goddess being right behind you. So if Raphael's already super close to you, being really big, let's notice that your favorite goddess being right behind you. So you could lean back into that goddess. And perhaps we could feel that. Wonderful. If we could feel them working with color. So if we could notice, if you could notice yourself through Archangel Raphael's eyes for a moment, which has filled your entire physical body, emotional body, mental body, and energetic body with healing green light. And let's notice with perhaps a pink or a scarlet light, let's very simply let the goddess behind you do very, very specific healing. So if Raphael's using big brush strokes, let's let the goddess use fine brush strokes for perfect healing and very precise healing. Mental healing, physical healing, alleviating pain, psychological healing, emotional healing. There's plenty of healing in your room right now. This may not resonate for everyone, but you're welcome to say it out loud. But if it does resonate for you, you're welcome to say it out loud. I release the idea that I'm a fuck up. I release the idea that I'm excluded. I release the idea of doom. Wonderful. If we could breathe in and notice everything that was just said, if you said it, being like cigarette ash, let's let the angels, Mike, especially Raphael, clear that away. There's no cigarettes, there's no ash. Let's just breathe in. Let's very simply notice the you who's going to speak it. If we could do two things, if we could say your own name out loud, I am Mark. I am my conscious adult self. I choose hope. I have hope. Hope fills my life. Hope fills my being. Wonderful. If you could reach out, you're welcome to use your physical hand if you want to. Let's put your hand on Raphael's heart, which is perhaps right in front, like right in front of your face. Whatever that feels like, looks like, sounds like to you. And if you could feel Raphael leaning into your hand, let's just feel that. And let's let the message from Raphael come through your hand. And if we can notice the access in this moment right now to the library of guidance that you've received, the library of wisdom and knowledge, the library of hope. Wonderful. And if we could breathe in, and right where you are, with Raphael, the goddess behind you, the guide of the wind, and Ganesh with you, let's very simply reside in that library right now. And if we could breathe in to what's possible with all that knowledge, all that experience, the record keeping of all the guidance that's been here for you, that is present in your life, all the prayers that are active in your life, including your own, including those of others, including those of your ancestors who you never met in person. If we could breathe into all those different things right now. And if we could notice in this library, in the most positive way, what's impossible. It is impossible in this library for you to be unloved. It is impossible in this library for you to be neglected. So if we could breathe into what is possible, that there is help, there is guidance, there is clarity here. So if we could just breathe into all those different things. Wonderful. Whether you feel this, see it, hear it, or know it, let's notice the goddess behind you handing you a file from your library. Just notice what's in that file, whether you feel it, see it, hear it, or know it. There's only good news in this library. Only good news. Wonderful. And if we could notice what it's like to either assimilate what's in the file or set it aside, and if we could just breathe in, let's very simply use attention as a tool. Let's once again place your full attention on Archangel Raphael, who's right in front of you. Whether you see him, feel him, know that he's there, or hear him. And this may sound very simple. Let's notice his sincerity, and let's notice what it's like to believe fully in the healing he's provided for you right now. So we'll just breathe into that. Wonderful. And let's notice to your right, let's place your full attention on Ganesh. Sweet, smiling. Let's just feel, see, hear, or know that Ganesh is here, and just noticing your attention going to him. And if we could notice what it's like to be adored, and his infectious good nature. So if we could just breathe in, and we'll thank them all as we go along. So if we could just say out loud, thank you, Ganesh. Spiritual manners. Thank you, Raphael. And the guide of the wind, if we could just breathe in and place your full attention on the guide of the wind. And if we could feel for a moment the potency of the elements, the power of what is innately in nature, perfect balance, the brilliance of color and texture and touch. And allowing ourselves to notice these things and be in sync, in tune with nature. So we'll just breathe in, and perhaps you've identified the guide, your guide, who is the guide of the wind. If not, we'll very simply and lovingly acknowledge the guide of the wind and say thank you. Wonderful. And let's very simply lean back and place your full attention on the goddess behind you. Might be Mary Magdalene, might be someone else. You could just breathe in and lean back. And if we could notice how good it feels to have prayers said directly to you and for you from this goddess right now. So we'll just breathe in. And we'll notice that good is here. And to the goddess behind you, we'll say out loud, thank you. And let's just breathe in. Let's place your full attention on yourself. And if we can notice, we'll do that. We're perhaps used to like, oh, this is messed up. Oh my God. Let's not do that. Let's notice the glory that is you. Let's notice you after 25 minutes of this work. Let's notice what it's like to place your attention on yourself. Go like, wow, that feels better. Let's notice the hope. Let's notice the good news doll. Let's notice the answered prayers. Let's notice the help that is immediately here right now. Let's notice that help is constant. And we're used to help coming and going. Let's let the help help. Let's feel the vitality of this moment. Let's feel the grounding in this moment. Let's feel the expansive love that is here. Let's feel every single cell in motion right now, and there being no part of you who is stuck. Let's feel that creativity. Let's feel the calm focus. Let's feel all of this being here for you right now. And none of it's going to slip out of your hands. So if we could breathe in, and let's say a couple things out loud. Let's stay with the focus on you. Let's say out loud, I have a library of knowledge that's just for me. I've been loved for my entire existence. I am loved right now. I will always be loved. I recognize that there is plenty of love, and I dutifully choose to set aside stress. I allow calm to heal me. I maintain the insights that are present. I maintain the insights that have come to me. I let go of my belief that life is a high wire act. I walk on solid and good ground. My foundation is steady, and I am loved. And to Raphael, Ganesh, the goddess behind you and the guide of the wind, let's say out loud, thank you. And to yourself, let's say out loud, good job. And let's notice Archangel Uriel right above you, like an angel. Let's very simply place your full attention, your entire attention on Archangel Raphael. If it helps to look up, let's look up. And if we could notice that angel blessing every single thing in your life, every thought, every experience, every belief. Let's feel the expansion of love that heals your heart, heals your mind. Let's feel the presence of wisdom. Love, 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 healing, 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 physical healing, mental healing, emotional healing, energetic healing. And to Archangel Uriel, we'll say out loud, I love you too. Thank you. And to yourself, with the same love that we just spoke to the Archangel with, if we could say it out loud to ourselves, I am healed right now. My body's doing an excellent job. My consciousness is doing an excellent job. My emotions are doing an excellent job. My energy is in excellent shape. Thank you. So let's notice as we head toward a conclusion, let's notice what it's like to leave your library door open. Let's notice what it's like to feel loved. If we could just breathe into that. What it's like to be loved in this moment right now, which might feel really good. And let's notice the peace of mind available right now. And with generous peace, wonderful praise, glorious surprises, and great confidence, we say out loud to the five guides here, thank you so much. And with the library door open and great confidence present, we thank the presence of Mother, Father, God, and all the archangels and ascended masters. We thank as well the angelic realm, the elemental realm, Our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels, we thank you for this moment. We celebrate the clarity and peace that is here, and we celebrate life. Thank you, Ganesh. Thank you to the guide of the wind. Thank you to the goddess, and thank you to Archangel Raphael and Archangel Uriel. And we acknowledge ourselves. We've shown up, we've absorbed, we've changed, we've let go, and we are here. And we're working as a group, amplifying everything. And we celebrate this fact right now. And with generosity, peace, and ease, we quite simply and lovingly ask for this or something better right now. In all directions of times, we'll take just a moment, whether you have a pet or not, just to acknowledge pets, animals, birds, deer, whales, animals that you love, and even images of animals. We'll just acknowledge our animal friends. And we ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time. And so it is.